Okay, in this video, we're going to start getting the portal part of our site set up. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Settings, and then we're going to go to Headspace. Okay, now what we want to do is go to Page Module, and then what we want to do is drag up the Meta robots. So just come down here, drag it up there. Okay, so that's all we need to do with this one. Okay, now the next thing you want to do is go to Tools and then Dashboard Heaven. Okay, now what this does is it controls what's seen on the dashboard. If somebody logs in as a subscriber, they will see all of the stuff on the dashboard, including your recent posts and all kinds of things from WordPress. So you don't want them to be able to see that. So here you can decide who sees it. Okay, so you got right now, recent comments, incoming links, plugins, quick press, recent drafts, WordPress developer, and other WordPress news. Okay, so if you want to change something there, you can change it. We're just going to save the changes to make sure that they take. Okay, so that'll keep people, when they go to the dashboard, it won't really work for us so much, but because this is our dashboard. But all they're not going to see if we go to the dashboard here. Okay, this is what we see. They're not going to be able to see all this stuff. And normally you'll see a lot more things here if you have dashboard heaven turned off. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start setting up our first portal. Now, it's very simple. You just do it with pages. So we're going to add a new page. And we're going to create a page for clients. So you can create a page, you can create a series of pages, you can link them all together by using parent pages and child pages. So you can create a fairly complex structure here, but let's start with this. So let's say it's for ABC Company. Okay, and then this is a regular page, so you can put anything you want in here. So let's say um, welcome. You might have a standard template you have made up already, so you can put all the standard stuff in here. So welcome to your private members area. Okay, and then whatever content you want here. Okay, now down here, we're going to go no index, no follow, no archives, no ODP, no Yahoo directory. Okay, so this was from the Headspace 2 plugin. And then down here, we're going to allow comments because we're going to want them to be able to comment. Now down on page visibility, we're going to go to hide everywhere and then uncheck this keep in search results. Okay, and then down here, we have restricted access. So before we can do anything, we need to publish the site or publish the page. So let's publish. Okay, now when we roll down here, you can protect the page and its descendants. Okay, so if we click on that, now we can add a group. Okay, so we don't have any groups yet. Well, we have registered users. So if you want to create one page that all registered users can see, you can create that page and have it under registered users. And then you can have other groups as you see fit. Okay, so you might want to create one registered user page. Okay, so we're going to use this as registered users. Okay, so we're going to say welcome to the private members area. And then we'll say use the menu to go to your private content. Okay, and you'll see what I mean by that in a minute. And okay, and then anything else you want on this page. Okay, so that's all we need here. We're going to use registered user and add. Okay, so now groups to access registered users will be able to see this page. So let's change this. This should say welcome actually, because we're going to create a private one for ABC Company. You'll see how all this ties in once we get a couple of other groups set up. Okay, so let's add a new page now. So this is our page that anybody that we set up as a client is going to be able to see. Now next, we're going to set up a couple of specific company pages. So let's call this ABC Company. Okay, and then welcome to your private area. And content, whatever you want here. You can tell them that they're free to write comments in below here. Okay, and then again, we want to check all of these boxes. Check down here. Okay, and then we're going to publish. Okay, now when we go down here, you'll see that we still only have the one group because we haven't set any up yet. Okay, so we should have actually done that first. So let's go down to settings. Then we're going to go to page security. Okay, now you can use custom pages for any access denied screens. Okay, so if you do this, you can create a custom page, and then you can pick the page here for authenticated users and anonymous users if you want to do it that way. Otherwise, you're just going to see this message for authenticated users and anonymous users. You can send anonymous users to the login screen. So if an anonymous user tries to access restricted content, send them to the login page. Okay. Okay, and here, protect your entire website. So if you were creating just a portal, then you would do that here. And then use permissions to filter menu items. We are going to do this because we're going to use menus, and this will make the menus act with the security plugin here and RSS filtering. Okay, so let's save the changes. Okay, the next thing you want to do is set up some user groups now. So we're going to add a group, and we're going to call this ABC Company. And we'll say ABC Company private page or private area. Okay, we'll add the group. Okay, so here we have registered users, which we already saw. Here's our next group. We can edit and delete them from here. So we're going to add another group. Let's call this priority services. Okay, so priority services, private area. We're going to add the group. Okay, so you continue like that. Every time you get a new company, you're going to come in here and add a group, and then you're going to go to pages and you're going to set up the pages for them. Okay, so we've already set up ABC company. All we have to do now is set the security. So let's go into edit. Okay, now we're going to pick ABC company and add. Okay, so this will only be available to ABC company. Now we're going to add a new page. And we're going to go priority services, private area. Okay, and then same thing here. Okay, so again, okay, and then we're going to publish. Okay, and then we're going to come down and set the security. So we'll protect the page and its descendants. And then we're going to priority services and add. Okay, so that's how simple it is to create pages. So now if you want to create a sub page, let's say we want to create a sub page for priority services. We could say project notes. Enter any notes in the comments. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to publish this page. Okay, now we're going to go to parent here, and we're going to go to priority services private area, and we're going to update. Okay. Now you'll see here that it already has put the ancestor in here. So it knows it's an ancestor of priority services. You don't have to do anything with it. Okay, now if you want to add several groups to one, you can. So if you wanted to add several companies to one page, access one page, you can do that. So you're quite flexible in how you set all this up. Okay, so that's it for this video. In the next video, we're going to go through the user flow.